Hello everybody, and today I have decided to become a drop of blood because we are talking about blood types. So we're going to be doing topic 7, part 2, blood types and leukocytes. Here are our learning outcomes and our learning objectives. Yay! How funny is this? Great. I think you're probably getting sick of looking at my face all the time, so I'm going to try and mix it up a bit. And here are my contact details. All right, I'll turn myself back now. Okay, I'm back to normal now. So, we're going to learn about blood types. So let's have a look at this and let's understand what does it mean when you are a certain blood type. Blood types are all about what is sticking out of your red blood cell. So here's your red blood cell, and you can have things called glycoproteins, which is just protein with the sugar on it, sticking out of your plasma membrane. Now this glycoprotein, there are 4 different types of those. Can you see them there? Now, they are called antigens. So blood typing is all about what antigens you have sticking out of your red blood cells, okay? So when you have a look at all the different blood types, that's what it's all about. So if you have type A blood, or actually before we get on to that, there are 2 main blood grouping methods, and they are usually combined, and that's what confuses people. So we use the ABO grouping method, that's one, and then we use the RH grouping method, and that is the another type. And your resulting blood type is a combination of both of those. Now, you're going to have lots and lots of practice in working out blood types in your tutorials, but I'm just going to explain to you what I mean. There's just 2 different ways that your blood type can be classified. Here we go. So let's have a look at the ABO grouping method. Type A blood person, so if you are a person with type A blood, you have A antigen sticking out of your red blood cell. If you have type B blood, you have B antigens sticking out of your red blood cell. If you have type AB blood, you have both A and B antigens sticking out of the plasma membrane of your red blood cells. If you have type O blood, you don't have any antigens sticking out of your red blood cell. Okay? So that's one part of the story. One part of the story is what antigens you have sticking out of your red blood cell. The other part of the story is what is floating around in your plasma, because that is also different. So let's have a look at this picture. Can you see here? If you have type A blood, you have A antigens sticking out of your red blood cells. If you have type B blood, you have B antigens sticking out of your red blood cells. If you have A and B, you have both. See the circles and the cones. If you are type O blood, you don't have any. But now we need to look at also what is floating around in your plasma. So if you are a person that has type AB blood, in your plasma, there are no antibodies for A and B. And that's just due to genetics. Your genes determine your blood type. Look, if you have antigen A, you'll have antibodies that stick onto B. See how they don't match? If you have type B blood, you have antibodies that stick onto A. So this antibody is going to stick onto this guy. But lucky, you don't have that red blood cell, so you don't need to worry. So that guy sticks onto that guy. This guy sticks onto that guy. And these two together are going to stick onto this guy. So blood typing, ABO, is about what antigen is sticking out of your red blood cell and what antibody you have floating around in your plasma. Okay? It's combination. Right, so that's one way that we can group blood types, whether you're A, B, AB, or O. That gives you one part of the story. Now, this is the second part of the story. Now, we are looking at a different antigen again, whether you have that, okay? Now, in this case, if you do have this Rh antigen, you are positive, Rh positive. If you don't have it, you're Rh negative, okay? Now, you don't need to worry about antibodies, Rh antibodies, because you only get those if, don't worry about it for now, okay? The antibodies are only these ones, B, A, or together. Don't worry about the anti-Ds. So this is Rh anti-D, because you only get those in very, very specific situations. So normally people don't have anti-D antibodies. We don't have antibodies. So ABO grouping is gives you the letters, and the Rh group gives you whether you're positive or negative. Okay, so this means that because we have positives, because we have cells with antigens and antibodies in our blood, we need to be very careful and match blood types when people are given blood products, okay? So for example, if you are blood group AB, you can only get, you can get all types of blood. Okay, you can get all types of blood. I can give you, and this is talking about just the red blood cells, okay? Because normally when you go and donate blood, that blood is split up into red blood cells, plasma, all the different products. I don't know, but it would be rare to receive whole blood. So it gets split up and you're only given certain things. So you may only be given just the platelets, or you may be normally in a blood transfusion, you're just given, when you get blood, you're only just given the red blood cells. So that means that for this person here, so the AB group doesn't have any antibodies, so I'm happy I can give them an A red blood cell, I can give them a B, I can give them an AB, and I can give them the O, because they don't have any antibodies that can stick to that red blood cell and kill it, right? So that's what you have to think about. You have to match. You can't give someone a red blood cell that will be attacked by the antibodies in their plasma. That's the whole point. So this blood group AB, because it has A and B antigens and no antibodies, you can give them any old red blood cell because there aren't any antibodies to attack them. But the other ones are more specific. You really need to think about what you can give them. Yeah? Whereas this guy here, so blood group O, doesn't have any antigens, but we do have anti-A, anti-B antibodies. This guy is the universal donor, okay, which means that we can give this red blood cell to everybody because it doesn't have any antigens. It's never going to get attacked by antibodies. So that's the thing. So this is a universal recipient and this is a universal donor. Okay. All right. Let's pretend that you are given the wrong blood type. Okay. So let's think about what this word means, agglutination. Agglutination is what happens if you mix the wrong red blood type. So if you give someone the wrong red blood cell, essentially. Okay. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this one. So what have you got here? You've got some antibodies, you've got some red blood cells. So this is what we're doing is this person has these antigens on their red blood cells, and this is the red blood cell that we gave them. Can you see that the antibody can't stick to that? It's not the right shape. So happy days. That's what you want. If you have this situation, okay, let's have a look at this. This person has these type of red blood cells. The antibodies are designed to stick onto the circles. We give them that blood cell, happy days. It will not be attacked. But let's have a look if we give this person this type of red blood cell and look, the antibodies in their plasma will bind to that red blood cell. So what you want to do is you want to do this. You want to do this situation. You don't want this to happen. So you have to have the blood typing correct or else this happens. And then what happens if you get the antibodies attacking the red blood cell, all of the antibodies will clump them up, okay? And these red blood cells that we gave to this person to help them out, they are going to be destroyed. They will break apart, and then that's not a good thing. So you can see here that you really need to be very careful in matching. You need to be careful to give the person the correct red blood cell. So you need to know what the antibodies are that are floating around in the plasma and give the person the correct red blood cell that will not be attacked. So you're going to have a little bit of practice on this because I think it's worthwhile practicing in order to really understand it. Okay. So another way of thinking about it, if you have the same letter, so if the antigen and the antibody contain the same letter, then they will clump together, and this is what agglutination looks like in real life. Okay, so if you have A blood with anti-A antibody, it's going to clump. Just another way of looking at it. Look, type O didn't clump at all because it has no antigens, so it doesn't matter what antibody we stick in there. All right, so if this does happen, if you give someone the wrong red blood cell, then it's called a transfusion reaction. And what happens is when you get this kind of, your red blood cells are all clumped together, they start kind of blocking your blood vessels, which is not good. And then you've got hemoglobin floating around, which is actually quite toxic. It can kill your kidneys. So, yeah, so that's why it's important to get it right. I'll let you watch this video to understand the process in your own time. This just basically says what I just told you. Oh, no. I'll let you watch that. Right, so I might just stop it there and then we'll come back to this.